right off the back, here is something I would like about the Nissan Leaf for 2023. One is the space inside the cabin. For a small vehicle, that is really huge. Another thing is that the vehicle is very comfortable. Yes, the seats are very comfortable, and there is an available semi autonomous technology in this vehicle. However, here is something that we don't like because, like we said, we'll give you a very, very objective review of these vehicles so that you can make your decision. So, for the Nissan Leaf for 2023, we can say that something we don't like is the drive range is not competitive. And I will tell you why as we look at this vehicle. And another thing is that the charging system for this vehicle has a kind of setback. It is not compatible with all public charging stations. And the third is the performance. It's a little lazy. That's how I can describe it. So the verdict here is that the Nissan Leaf is cheap and cheerful, but some of its setbacks makes it unable to really compete very well with other electric vehicles. So what do we really mean by this? Well, the EV is a nice vehicle. The starting point for 2023, the starting price, please, is about $30,000, and that's before all the taxes. That is good, but when you compare the drive range, well, it's not as good as the other vehicles. The charging technology is not so user friendly. The Leaf's longest range battery can only go just a little bit above 200 miles on a full charge. Now, the Chevy Bolt EV, as well as the Kia EV and Tesla Model 3, they all get a higher drive range than the Nissan Leaf. And one thing that's really troubling about the Nissan Leaf is that not all public charging stations are compatible with Nissan's Charge Demo, which is their charging connector. So if you own the Nissan Leaf, it's something great because it's small. You can drive around town in high traffic. You can find a place to park because it's smaller. But charging might be a problem unless you're able to set up your own home charging system. That is something that most buyers will really have to take into consideration. So, what is new for the 2023 Nissan Leaf? Just a few things. One is the styling. The 2023 model now has a revised grille as well as front bumper, and the exterior lighting elements are also different. There's a set of cool multi-spoke wheels that comes with the 2023 model, as well as an illuminated Nissan badge. This is something that you can easily notice on the exterior of the 2023 Nissan Leaf. And one more thing is that the lineup has just been trimmed down to just two models, the base S model and the longer range SV model. So if you're buying the 2023 Nissan Leaf, you either buy the S model or the SV Plus. Those are the two models for 2023. So if you're considering buying the 2023 Nissan Leaf, here's what it will cost you. The S model starts at $29,135 before taxes and destination charges. The SV Plus model costs about $37,135. That is about $7,000 to $8,000 difference between these models, where the SV Plus has a whole lot of features, and they would think that the price is very, very reasonable. First, it has the longest drive range than the S model, and secondly, it has a more powerful electric motor. And of course, it has more standard equipment. For instance, it has the 8.0-inch infotainment system that comes with Apple CarPlay and of course the Android Auto capability. Most vehicles have it right now, but this model, the SV Plus, actually has that, and it has the automatic climate control. There's keyless entry system with push button start, and of course the automatic headlamps. That is not just the only features. For engine, the Leaf, both vehicles are front-wheel drive. You will not expect to see an all-wheel drive. They are both front-wheel drive. The S model gives off about 147 horsepower electric model, and the battery pack is about 40.0 kilowatts. For the SV Plus, The horsepower is a little bit more. It's about 214 horsepower, and the battery pack is about 62.0. That's really nice. And now on test drive, the S model goes from 0 to 60 miles per hour in about 7.4 seconds. We didn't test drive the SV Plus, and so we can't really confirm that. But here's something that is interesting on the Nissan Leaf. It has an e-pedal, which basically allows the driver to toggle back and forth between the regenerative braking system, and also one of them allows the car to coast when the driver lifts off his feet from the throttle, and the other allows the vehicle to slow down when you take off your foot from the gas, and then the vehicle uses that energy to recharge the battery. So we thought that was a very nice configuration by having those two options where you can actually toggle between both of them. Okay, for charging, the Nissan Leaf can actually use both the 120 volt outlet or the 240 volt outlet, and the charging time is dramatically the same between both models, both the S model and the SV Plus. And so on a 240 volt connection, Nissan Leaf can charge for about 7 hours. The vehicle also comes with a DC fast charging connection that is standard on both trims, both the S model and the SV Plus, which is really nice. For fuel economy, well, the Nissan Leaf can go up to 180 miles on a full charge, and gets about 94 miles mpge when driving at about 75 miles per hour on the highway. So that is something unique with this vehicle. The interior of the Nissan Leaf is well assembled, and it really looks nice. It has a kind of uniform texture. And then the gauge cluster features a large analog speedometer that is very close to a 7.0-inch digital readout that can be reconfigured to show a variety of displays. The seats are a kind of lazy boy comfortable. We really love that. And of course, the back seat or the rear seat is very spacious, offers plenty of room for adults too. One other thing is that even though the rear seat don't fold flat, the cargo capacity is among the best in its class. As a matter of fact, it can carry up to 7 carry-on suits or carry-on 7 carry-on luggages behind the back seat, even with the seat not folded. And when the seat is folded, it can take up to 19 carry-on luggages. Now, the Chevy Bolt EV that's comparable to the Nissan Leaf can only hold 5 carry-on luggages, and even with the cargo and rear seat folded, it can only hold about 16. So the Nissan outperforms the Chevy Bolt in this particular case. Now, for the infotainment system, the Leaf comes with an 8.0-inch infotainment display, and like we said earlier, it has all the popular features: the Apple CarPlay, the Android Auto integration. Navigation system is optional on the Nissan Leaf. Another thing is the Nissan Connect software interface. This system is very intuitive and is quick to respond to inputs. It comes standard with a 6-speaker audio system, and a 7-speaker Bose system is optional. For safety and driver assistant features, Nissan's Safety Sheet 360 suite of driver assistant features are very standard across all the lineup. And of course, the Nissan brand has a Pro Pilot Assist semi-autonomous driving mode. This is optional on the Nissan Leaf. Now, the safety features on the Nissan Leaf include the standard automated emergency braking system with pedestrian detection. It has a standard blind spot monitoring system with rear cross traffic alert, and of course, there is the available adaptive cruise control with semi-autonomous driving mode. Warranty and maintenance coverage. Nissan has the limited warranty for 3 years or 36,000 miles. Powertrain warranty is 5 years or 60,000 miles. And of course, the battery is covered for 8 years or 100,000 miles. There is no complimentary scheduled maintenance if you have the Leaf, but the basic warranties that we just mentioned above will get you going on the Leaf. So, as a small vehicle, we like the drive. we like the ride, and so it has so many good things about it. The only thing that we found that we didn't like as much was the fact that the charging system is not very compatible with most of the public charging systems. But if you drive, a few miles just around town, the Nissan Leaf is a very great option. And if you can have your own charging station at home, of course, it's a very great system, a very great electric vehicle to own. And don't forget, the SV Plus model has a bunch of super features that you really like, and its performance was good. And so that's all we have about the Nissan Leaf. If there's something you know about this vehicle, or you own one and you want us to look at it, please drop that in the comment section. Thank you. All right, thanks for staying with us. This time we are going to take a look at the 2023 Toyota Corolla Hybrid. And that's one of the hybrid vehicles that we are reviewing as we look at hybrids and electric vehicles all together. For the Corolla Hybrid, one of the things I would like about it is the excellent fuel economy for a hybrid vehicle. And just so you know, this time around, Toyota has added an available all-wheel drive on the Corolla. That is magnificent, and we'll talk about that. And I know many of us are excited about having an all-wheel drive Corolla, the beloved vehicle, and now we can have an all-wheel drive. That's a very good option on it. And of course, as we mentioned earlier and during the beginning, Toyota comes with many standard features, especially they're so huge on safety. So we'll talk about all that. And then we'll talk about what is new on the Corolla Hybrid. We have seen the hybrid system have been revised for 2023. Like we said before, it has the optional all-wheel drive. The styling is a little bit different. It has been refreshed. And the tech features, the technology has been updated too. I think one of the only thing that we didn't like as much is the trunk space. It's not as roomy as many others or as the Corolla itself. But even though the battery location has been changed, the trunk is still a little bit small, just less than what we would have expected. But we'll talk about all this as we look at the Corolla Hybrid. So stay with us. So welcome back. Like we're just reviewing the Toyota Corolla Hybrid for 2023, and we did talk about the update on the 2023. One of the big updates is that now the Corolla Hybrid comes in 3 different trims rather than just one. Before now, the 2022 model, you only just get one choice for the Corolla Hybrid, but this year for 2023 we have 3 of them. So it has the LE, the SLE, and the SE, which is very, very important. So it has a kind of a more broader appeal to buyers, and so we will look at all these changes for the 2023. For pricing, the Toyota Corolla Hybrid starts at $22,800, and that's for the base model, the LE model, which is really very, very affordable. And then the SE trim is $25,200, and the LE is for $26,600. The LE is the top model. So an all-wheel drive is available, and that should cost you extra $1,400, especially for the LE and the SE trims, if you decide to go for the all-wheel drive. On all Corollas, there's always some taxes and fees like destination charges, which is about $1,000. But all in all, the Toyota Corolla Hybrid is more affordable than most of its competition, like the Hyundai Elantra. So that's more reason why we really love the 2023 Toyota Corolla Hybrid. So now let's look at some of the features that we really like on the Toyota Corolla Hybrid for 2023. One great thing, as you would expect, is that the interior is very comfortable. The front seats are comfortable all day, and the rear seats are roomy enough for most adults. And like we said before, we have three trims to choose from right now. And the top level, which is the XLE, has the soft text seats, a 7-inch driver information screen, and an optional JBL audio system. So Toyota is still sticking with the JBL audio system for its top model. Now the trunk space is enhanced a little bit by the repositioning of the lithium-ion battery. Now the battery is under the rear seat, and so it provides a little more space. Even at that, the trunk is still a little bit smaller than what we would have expected, especially if you compare that to the Toyota Prius hatchback. The Prius has more space than the trunk space than the Corolla really has. On the exterior styling, Toyota has a kind of revised the styling both in the front and the rear. The design is now a little more visible, and this is available in the three trims. You have a little more visual variety when looking at the new 2023 model. The SE has a sporty appearance package, and the SLE has a more upscale look just from the exterior. So these are some of the features that we really love on the Corolla. One is the efficient hybrid powertrain. So the Toyota Corolla Hybrid uses an efficient hybrid powertrain that's good on gas. This has been revised for 2023. It has more magnets for increased output, and the lithium-ion battery is under the rear seat, and that makes room for the trunk space. So we think that this combination will produce about 50 miles per gallon on the Corolla Hybrid. Now the second thing is the available all-wheel drive, and I know we keep talking about this. We are excited about that because this is the first time that Toyota has allowed an all-wheel drive on the Corolla. So that's a very uncommon option in this class of vehicle, and it's a desirable feature that you can't even get on other vehicles like the Hyundai Elantra Hybrid, but Toyota has it, all-wheel drive. The other one is the Toyota Safety Sense 3.0. This is an updated suite of safety technology bundle that many drivers it has many driver assistant features which Toyota has built into the system. It has full speed adaptive cruise control, an automatic emergency braking system, lane keep assist, and it has the automatic high beam, and much more applications that are built into the system to make your driving enjoyable. There is the 8-inch Toyota audio media multimedia that's on the 2023 Corolla Hybrid. It's very user-friendly. It's touchscreen. It's loaded with connectivity features. It has the normal standard features like the Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. It brings the maps and the music and everything from your phone on the screen. And so if you pair it with your phone, you don't really have to touch your phone. You can do everything you do on your phone right on the screen, which is really important. Another thing we like is the excellent hybrid battery warranty. Toyota hybrids have a very good track record for reliability, and Toyota gives you that peace of mind with a 10-year, 150,000 miles warranty on the hybrid battery. I think this is one of the highest that you can actually see in the market, and it's something we think is a game changer for the hybrid vehicles. Then it has the intelligent assistant. This optional feature makes the infotainment system in the Corolla Hybrid a little smarter. So say "Hey Toyota" to access direction. That is just very important. It's like talking to Siri in your house, or Alexa in your house. So all you need to say is "Hey Toyota," and that brings out all the directions, including the audio, the climate control, and much more just through the voice command. That is important. So for the engine and transmission, the Toyota Corolla Hybrid uses a conventional hybrid powertrain that was revised for 2023. It comes with a 1.8 liter Atkinson cycle 4-cylinder engine that's combined with dual permanent magnet synchronous electronic motors. This is really important. In addition, the engine has a compact high output stroke low loss drive motor with 2 additional magnets over the old system. So this makes it the 2023 a little better. And of course, we talked about the lithium ion battery that is relocated now under the rear seat just to make room for the trunk. So those are some of the exciting features. And let's repeat this again. This Corolla Hybrid for 2023 has an optional all-wheel drive. So the same thing with the Toyota Prius that we talked about earlier. So these are some of the things that set Toyota apart, and they are something that we look forward to. So here are some other features that are important that we can remember about this Toyota. One of them is the safety. It comes with a pre-collision system. It's the standard automatic emergency braking system with pedestrian detection. This helps to migrate or prevent a collision. Toyota has also built in the dynamic radar cruise control. This standard feature makes highway driving safer and easier by keeping a set distance from the car in front of you. That is really very important. And of course, it has a lane departure alert with steering assist. So basically, the Corolla Hybrid helps you stay in your lane with this standard feature. And so, what else do we find in this vehicle? Well, gas mileage is estimated to be 50 miles per gallon combined both on the LE, SE, and SLE. Both vehicles has a 5-passenger seating system, and they all come with the same engine, 4-cylinder hybrid 1.8 liter for both the SLE, SE, and the L. So here's a summary of the specifications for the 2023 Toyota Corolla Hybrid, especially the SE all-wheel drive. So it's a front engine and it has a front and rear motor, all-wheel drive, 5-passenger, 4-door sedan. The base price for the SE all-wheel drive is about $27,000 to $28,000, and of course it has the optional JBL audio, which costs about $600 extra, and then there is a ruby flare pearl paint that will add additional $425 to the cost. Powertrain is a dual overhead cam 16-valve 1.8 liter Atkinson cycle inline 4 engine, and of course transmission is the continuous variable automatic transmission. For suspension, it has a front and rear struts and multi-link brakes, and of course the brakes is a 10.8-inch vented disc that is on the vehicle. Tires are 18-inch, and of course it's made by Dunlop SP Sport 5000. The wheelbase of the vehicle is 106.3, and let's see what is important. The overall length of the vehicle is about 182.3, and weight is 70.1. Height, still the same thing like every other Corolla, it's about 56.5. And of course the trunk volume is about 13 cubic feet. The curb weight of this vehicle is 3,218 pounds. And something else, it goes from 0 to 60 in about 9.0 seconds. And it takes about 181 feet for the vehicle to brake from 70 miles per hour to 0. So these are some of the statistics that you really want to know. Of course, the combined gas mileage is rated at 50 miles per gallon. Some say it's about 40 something, but 50 miles we can get that. Okay, so that's all we have about the Toyota Corolla Hybrid for 2023, and we hope you enjoy this. If you have any comments, please drop it below, and thank you for staying with us and watching our videos. If there's something we mix, let us know. If there's a vehicle you like, you want us to review, please put it in the comments, and we will definitely take a look. And you never know, we might give you a shout out. Thank you. Today we bring you the 2023 Toyota Prius. And talking about the Prius, there is something really exciting about the 2023. For one, the Toyota Prius used to look like a grandpa's vehicle, and we always associated with older people who just want to drive very few miles and save on gas. But for 2023, I can tell you one thing: the Prius has turned a new leaf. Honestly, it just become a very new version of itself with a very sexy shape that actually matches its fuel economy, and it's become so attractive even to younger ones and younger drivers. And today we'll look at some of the features that make the 2023 redesigned Toyota Prius special. We'll look at just take a little overview of this vehicle, and we'll tell you where this vehicle ranks in comparison to other hybrid vehicles. We'll tell you what is new for 2023. We'll talk about the pricing and which one to really buy depending on your pocket. We'll talk about the engine, the transmission, the performance of the Prius. We'll look at fuel economy and the interior comfort and cargo space. And finally, we'll look at the entertainment system, the safety, and of course the warranty. So let's get started as we just dissect the 2023 Toyota Prius. Okay, here is a quick overview of the 2023 Toyota Prius. It used to be the ugliest hybrid vehicle available in the market, But today, the 2023 model is a very gorgeous butterfly, very beautiful design vehicle. This vehicle offers 196 horsepower with a combined gas mileage of 57 miles per gallon. That is really impressive for the 2023 Prius. It has a completely redesigned cabin that welcomes a more traditional approach to the driver space layout. It has bigger screens and a lot of features that includes a heated rear seat. So here is what makes the Prius for 2023 really different. It has a low roofline, a wide stance, and a low sitting position that completes its transition into something that looks very much worth driving. So you will love it. Because of this, the Prius for 2023 appears very sexy, very lovely. It looks like a sport car, very inviting, and it looks like something that even young kids can drive and enjoy. So where does the 2023 Toyota Prius rank among many of the hybrids that are available in the market? Well, it ranks as number 5, surprisingly. Number 5 behind the Honda Civic, the Mazda 3, the Volkswagen Jetta Hybrid, Hyundai Elantra Hybrid, and the Toyota is number 5. Number 6 is the Nissan Sentra, but right now we'll focus on the Toyota Hybrid. For 2023, there are some new features. What are some of these? Well, first, the Toyota Prius just entered the 5th generation, and so it's been thoroughly redesigned and updated both inside and outside the vehicle. Every Prius now rides on the next evolution of Toyota's TNGAC platform. This platform actually makes it a leaner, more rigid, eco-friendly compact vehicle. It has a wider stance and lower driving position. That makes it a very sleek vehicle on the road. It offers a new 194 horsepower hybrid powertrain with a valuable all-wheel drive system. This has been added for 2023. And not only is this additional power made the Prius quicker more than any other models, but its newfound performance has also come with a cost to fuel economy. So even though a new powertrain has been added that's a little bit more powerful and faster than most hybrid vehicles, it did not compromise the fuel economy. This is really very important. And then the all-wheel drive model itself gets about 196 horsepower. So it has a high output magnet inside the rear motor. So this really makes a difference. There's something else that Toyota did for 2023 is a 220 horsepower plug-in hybrid Prime. The Prius Prime is something different that those who want a little more power can afford. And so these are some of the things that are new for 2023 that Toyota really redesigned Prius offers. So how much can you expect to pay for the 2023 Toyota Prius? Well, we know that Toyota is very incredible when it comes to fuel economy. Yes, the Prius delivers on its grand promise. In fact, the lineup of safety and equipment and the extra features is very strong. And of course, the base model comes with a 17-inch wheels, blind spot monitor with rear cross traffic alert, and of course, a not so outrageous starting price. So how much does it cost? Well, the 2023 Prius offers the LE base model, the XLE, and the Limited. For the LE, expect to pay about $28,550. That's the manufacturer's suggested retail price, MSRP. But of course, at the dealership, you expect to pay probably about $30,000 as a starting price. The SLE starts at $31,990. That's the MSRP. But again, with destination charges and a few other fees, it might get you up to about $33,000 to start with, or $34,000 actually. Now the Limited starts at $35,560. That's the MSRP. If you add a few more fees and charges and destination and all that, you might be expected to pay about $38,000 for this vehicle. So let's look at the engine, the transmission, and the performance of the 2023 Toyota Prius Hybrid. It has one powerful powertrain, and that is the 194 horsepower hybrid setup. It has a 2.0 liter hybrid inline 4 gasoline engine. This was a configuration that was actually borrowed from the Toyota Corolla cross hybrid crossover. And so this powertrain is bolted to a continuously variable automatic transmission. Front-wheel drive is standard on all the Priuses. And for the all-wheel drive Priuses, Toyota added something that increases the output. It's the permanent magnet electric motor. This was added to the rear axle, and it bumps the total powertrain output to 196 horsepower. And that is a 60% power increase on the Prius. When it comes to launching this vehicle from 0 to 60, for last year 2022, it took about 10.5 seconds. Well, for 2023, there is a major gain because it takes about 7.1 seconds for this vehicle to zip from 0 to 60. That is really good. That's very outstanding. And this is actually quicker than the Camry hybrid and the Elantra hybrid. And not only that, this vehicle also has a very large front and rear brakes. And so what does that do? Well, the Prius can stop very sooner when it's going 70 miles per hour than it used to do before. And so it does that in about 171 feet, comes to a total stop as compared to 194 feet that we saw in the 2022. So there's a lot of improvement for the 2023. Engine performs better, transmission is better, and of course it offers more powerful configuration, and of course a very beautiful design. Alright, so let's look at the fuel economy and the interior comfort and cargo space for the 2023 Toyota Prius. For the gas mileage now is 57 miles per gallon for the 2023, and that is about 5 miles per gallon improvement over the 2022. And that's a little different between the fuel economy and the front-wheel drive and the all-wheel drive. It's always existed. There's this marginal difference that we always see every year, and so it's not going to be different for that of 2023. Remember, this is the 5th generation of the Prius, and so it's got a new shape. The interior is different, a little bit more conservative now, and the cockpit is a little bit more traditional automotive, so it looks a little bit different than we have in 2022. And for the first time for 2023, the Prius now has a gauge cluster that is directly behind the steering wheel. And so it's very something that you can notice immediately when you sit in the Prius. So the new design affects the interior with a roofline that is lower by 2.0 inches. Now, let me tell you something. Because the roofline is lower, it makes the vehicle a little bit sleek, a little bit more sexy, a little bit more appealing, more sporty, and so beautiful. And so for to make sure that the center of gravity is still very great, the front passengers in the new vehicle sits a little bit lower than before. The base model gets the Fox leather driving steering wheels, but if you purchase the SLE or the limited version, you will have the heated front seat, more cup holders even for rear passengers. You may even get a rear heated seat on the Toyota Prius for 2023. Those are some of the features that we really like. The interior is very comfortable, the ride is smooth, and the space is very generous. And sitting a little bit lower, it makes you feel like you are actually driving a sport car. And so I think most newer drivers will like this. We are intrigued, just seeing these new designs and new features on the Toyota Hybrid 2023 Prius. Okay, what about the entertainment system and the connectivity on the 2023 Prius? These are some of the features that we love just on the 2023 from our test drive. Both the base model and the upper level models comes with larger screens than the 2022 had. The 2023 now has an 8.0-inch infotainment screen, and is standard on the LE and the XLE. And in addition, Toyota has added a massive 12.3-inch touchscreen for the limited version,
And that 12.3 is also optional equipment for the XLE. The system comes with a voice control that is called Hey Toyota. And this system actually updates itself over the cloud because of the over-the-air updates that Toyota added. Now the larger screen comes standard with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto capability and available Wi-Fi. So for those who drive a little bit long distance, hey, don't worry about losing your Wi-Fi signals. The Prius is equipped to assist you because it has all this information for you. For safety and driver assistance, the Prius comes standard with driver assistant technology. This system is something that's optional or optional package in other hybrid vehicles made by other manufacturers. But for Toyota Prius, they are all standard. And so the Prius comes with a standard automated emergency braking system with pedestrian detection. Comes with standard automatic high beams. Of course, we love that, especially when you're driving at night. And it comes with standard lane departure warning system and lane keeping assist system. These are some of the driver assistant technology that's built into the hybrid, and like we said before, they all come standard in the Prius 2023, even though their options are optional with other manufacturers. For warranty, Toyota offers a limited warranty that covers the vehicle for 3 years or 36,000 miles. Powertrain warranty is for 5 years or 60,000 miles, and the hybrid components are covered for 8 years or 100,000 miles. And there's a complimentary maintenance that's covered for 2 years of 25,000 miles. So these are well standard warranty that is one of the best in the industry, especially with hybrid vehicles. And the Prius comes with all of this, so no wonder we love the Prius. So to round up the 2023 Toyota Hybrid Prius, we wanted to quickly take a look at the specifications for the Toyota Prius Limited, because we've talked so much about the other models for the year. For 2023, well, it comes with a front engine, front model, front wheel drive, 5-passenger, 4-door hatchback, a very sleek and unique vehicle, very beautiful. Price starts at about $35,000 for the Limited. Of course, you know you will always pay a little bit more than that, probably about $37,000 at the dealership. The powertrain for the Limited edition is a DOHC system valve 2.0 liter Atkinson cycle inline 4, and it produces a combined output of 194 horsepower, and it has the 0.9 kilowatts lithium ion battery pack. Transmission is continuous variable automatic. And so these are some of the basic things that make the Limited a little bit different. One other thing, it comes primarily with the Michelin tire, all seasons. It's 195/50R19, just in case you want to purchase your own tires. The dimension is 108.3 inches. The length of the Prius is just a little bit over 181 inches, and the weight is 70.2 inches. Height is a little bit lower, 2 inches lower than last year. It's about 56.3, and of course the cargo space is about 20 cubic feet. Carb weight is 3,199 pounds. So it's a very nice vehicle. Like we said before, it goes from 0 to 60 in about 7.1 seconds, and it's able to brake from 70 miles per hour to 0 within about 171 feet. So all these are some of the things that make the Limited a little bit different from the regular models, and they are very nice vehicles, easy to drive, beautiful ride, comfort, the new design, and of course everyone will love the Prius. If you've never driven one, go test drive it like we did, and I assure you, you will love the hybrid Prius.